Hello, this is Pastor Lauren Richmond. Lead Me to the Rock, East Denver Bible Baptist Church. This week we're talking about, going to be preaching tomorrow on Hannah, Portrait of Grace, a surrender. Today we're going to be reading from Acts chapter 9. And Saul, yet breathing out threatenings and slaughter against the disciples of the Lord, went unto the high priest, and desired of him letters to Damascus, and to the synagogues, that if he found any of his way, whether there were men or women, he might bring them bound unto Jerusalem. And as he journeyed, he came near Damascus, and suddenly there shined round about him a light from heaven. And he fell to the earth, and he heard a voice saying unto him, Saul, Saul, why persecutest thou me? And he said, Who art thou, Lord? And the Lord said, I am Jesus, whom thou persecutest. It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks. And he, trembling and astonished, said, Lord, what wilt thou have me to do? And the Lord said unto him, Arise and go into the city, and it shall be told thee what thou must do. As we are in our lives, as we're thinking about surrender, well, reality is we're not thinking about it. We generally have our own plans and thoughts, and we've got pretty much our mind made up as to what we're going to do, what we'd like to accomplish. I remember at Cedarville College, my freshman year, I was running cross country and ran very well. In fact, ran number one on the team. We went to the National Championships, NAIA Division number 3, and 1970, and had a wonderful year, 15-3 as a team, and I placed 149th in the Nationals, and was working toward a solid spring indoor and spring track. And as I was running, I ended up with an injury, and seemed like every time I'd go out to run, I'd have an issue with it. Finally, not being able to figure out what was going on, I went to my personal doctor, upstate New York in Friendship, and he suggested that, he said, you're probably not going to be able to run again. And now, I don't know how technical he was back then, how much he knew or anything, but all I know is I hadn't been able to run, that every time I tried, there was an injury. And so I was really concerned. I remember at Christmas being involved in a church skating activity, and at that point, after it was all over, I went up and read my Bible, and God called me to preach. And it was then that I said, okay, God, whatever you want me to do, if I'm not going to be able to run anymore, I'll give that up to you, and I'll just surrender to be a preacher. And right after that, it wasn't too much longer that my foot healed up. I was able to run again, but the die had been cast. I had surrendered to give him first place in my life, and made plans to go into the ministry. And well, it's 50 years later, and still been able to keep on going. So, you know, it's important that we just are willing to go God's way, let him have his will and his way in our lives, and see what it develops from there. God bless you. I trust you'll have a wonderful night.